Just downloaded SimCenter AimSim Student Edition? Welcome to a complete first steps guide to the software's interface, basic features, and workflow. As you may already know, AimSim is a model-based multi-physics simulation software where the user can utilize blocks from various physics and application domains to simulate a working system referred to as a model. After downloading and opening the software, your screen will look like this, with the top containing familiar menus, such as File and Edit, and platform-specific menus, such as Sketch and Configure, and a Help section that, when selected within the dropdown, contains demos and explanations for the software's features. The largest space on the screen is the Sketch window and the primary area to create and edit models, with the name of the model file displayed as a tab above, with the ability to open multiple models within the same AimSim instance. Above this are easy buttons to create a new, open, and save models. Next to this are the 4 modes within the workflow of creating and simulating a model within AimSim, being Sketch, Submodel, Parameter, and Simulate. To the left of the Sketch window are available cosmetic additions to the model, being text and shapes, and near the bottom are the navigation tools to zoom in and out or fit to frame. To the right are categories or libraries separated by physics domains, each having their own distinct color. Within each library are components or icons to place onto the Sketch window to build out a model. Each component contains the underlying mathematical equations that express the behavior of the component. To place a component, you can either click and drag the component, or click once and click again to place it in the desired location. Components also have submodels that are different configurations of the same component with different properties, inputs, or outputs. The inputs and outputs are the information a component sends to or receives from other components, which can be displayed for a respective submodel by right-clicking and selecting Details within the library, or right-clicking and selecting External Variables in the Sketch window. Also, when right-clicking and selecting Help on the component, one can display the equations behind and other information regarding a respective submodel. One icon can only be connected to another if the outputs of one matches the inputs of another and vice versa. This principle is known as causality and is the basis of which every AimSim model functions. The inputs and outputs are exchanged through ports, which have different shapes to reflect different domains. Connecting two components is as simple as clicking and dragging their ports close enough to each other, or by clicking the mouse near one port, creating a line connection to the port of another. When two components cannot be connected, nothing will happen as it is not possible. Other helpful actions within the Sketch window include rotating a component by pressing the wheel of the mouse or Ctrl-R, flipping the component by right-clicking or Ctrl-M, the spacebar to duplicate the last placed component, and Ctrl-A to select all components. Common commands such as Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to copy and paste, as well as the delete key, are possible. To continue to the next mode, let's build a model of a mass on a spring. A model cannot be complete until every port is filled, which is apparent when the components change from the solid color to white. And now we can move to submodel mode. Submodel mode is here for the user to select the submodel for each component which is possible by double-clicking on them to have a list of all available submodels given the configuration of the system. To apply the simplest submodel to all components without one, the Premiere Submodel option is available at the top left. The Model Explorer is also available to the right of the window to show what each component's submodel is in a condensed window. With this completed, we can now move to Parameter mode. Parameters in AimSim are input data for each component. Selecting one will open the window to the right, displaying all parameters that can be changed for the simulation, double-clicking on the value to be able to enter your own. Parameters with a pound symbol indicate initial values of a state variable. After entering the proper parameters for a system, the user can move to simulation mode, where first the model is compiled. Before running a simulation, parameters for it can be adjusted in the Run Parameters button to the top left. Here, the time the system can be simulated over can be changed, with the start and final times. The print interval, number of points, or sampling frequency option all adjust how often data will be collected for analysis. Other simulation parameters can be adjusted as well, and once set, press OK. The simulation can now be run with the Run Simulation button at the top left, or the Play button within the Run Monitor window. The status of the simulation can be monitored within the Run Monitor window as well, with any errors appearing as pop-up windows. After a simulation is completed, the results for each of the components can be analyzed. Within AimSim, these are known as variables. The variables window, by default, will appear to the bottom right, with the value at the end of the simulation displayed for each variable. To visualize how each variable changes across the simulation, click and hold down the left mouse button and drag the variable into the sketch window, displaying the plot for the said variable. These plots can be further analyzed with ruler tools, zoom features, and others. Two variables can also be compared on the same plot by clicking and dragging the second into the plot window. And with the simulation complete and variables analyzed, this completes the Getting Started tutorial for SimCenter AimSim Student Edition. Thank you.